All right, I'm gonna be doing a market recap. Again, no trades today. I was very patient. I was very disciplined. But my psychology, I was patient and disciplined, but I also was kind of messed up psychologically. Um, Also, don't mind my haircut. I know my hair is cooked right now, but I just got a bad haircut, but I don't really care. Anyway, coming into the day, um, this is basically the only level that I was confident we were going to come sweep this 4 hour low out. And ES and NQ both did, so there was no SMT. So once we swept that low, scaled to the 5 minute time frame, and then you see here this is pre-market, but we got a lot of bullish displacement out of it. We inversed a lot of these for value gaps. We inversed a 15 minute for value gap, um, and then finally at 9:45 we got our 5 minute retracement. Uh, yeah, same thing on ES. So 9:45, we got our retracement, and then we retraced on ES. We retraced into this 15 minute for value gap right here, um, and then I skipped to the 1 minute time frame to look for a 1 minute for value gap because that's just how time and price are. Um, and then after the retrace, right, we didn't really come into anything significant. There's probably some like order blocks here, but I don't really use that. Um, And after this big expansion move to the downside, yes, it is our 5 minute retracement, but we also broke structure to the downside, and we are respecting the. I'll show you. We were respecting at the time. We were respecting this 1 hour equilibrium. Um, so there was just a lot of confluences, or I think it was 4 hour, maybe I don't know. A lot of confluences that were kind of just like, or no, sorry, 15 minute equilibrium. It's kind of the same, I think, but you could see here we were respecting that exact point of that 15 minute equilibrium. And then we were also respecting this 15 minute fair value gap. So there were two things. These were the two biggest things that kind of made me lose confidence in my model. So I could have taken this trade. I would have banked. But like I said, I just wasn't confident. Like after this is the reaction we had out of the equilibrium and 15 minute value gap. That was the reaction, right? But in that reaction, we displaced to the downside. We broke structure. We had a change in state of delivery to the downside, and I wanted to see if I was going to take an hour trade to the upside. I wanted to see a candle close right here above this high, which we ended up getting here, right? Um, so before I was hoping that this candle will close above this high. It didn't. We came retraced into this for value gap. I know a lot of traders who took a trade right here. I was considering it. It is a BPR. I was considering it, but I was going to be patient and wait for my market structure shift to tell me that we are not fully respecting the equilibrium and the 15 minute imbalance. So I didn't take this trade. I wanted to wait for break of structure. We did. We got one right here, and then we completely inversed this fair value gap. And then we started just chopping. And then at this point, we started chopping. Like I hopped off the charts. I was like this is practicing good habits. Like I come into the market now just trying to build good habits. I do not care about taking a trade. Okay, and this is a perfect example. I built this is a good habits to have. If you when I see this chop work, I don't want to trade it. It was moving slow. This is literally just barcodes. Like I didn't want to trade that. So I wasn't willing to take a trade even here, etc. We had you know my drawn liquidity was obviously correct, and I guess I should have taken it, but I also um, I wanted to see a little more for me to take it, so I didn't take it. Something I've been realizing with my trading is that I'll be watching the market. My setup will start setting up, and I'll be able to pretty much take all the boxes I need to take a trade. And then a different mindset comes in. Something else starts speaking in my head. It's like, sorry, I phrased it completely wrong, but like I'll see everything I need to see, and then my like brain starts to like kind of like throw other ideas into my head that like, why wouldn't it work, like reasons why like my trade would is just not correct, and then it'll slowly break me down those thoughts and slowly kind of deteriorate my confidence in my trade, and that's what make basically is what's been making me so hesitant recently with my trades and kind of making me less confident, and it's kind of been messing up my trades. So definitely, I'm very glad I've noticed this, because obviously it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to notice this. Like, honestly, full transparently, like it was hard for me to notice this about myself, but I'm glad I did, and I'm going to try to avoid that. Um, to move on, I'm just gonna, if I can see everything I need to see, I'm gonna stop analyzing, and I'm just gonna be looking for my entry point with the confluences that I know I need. Like in this case, um, I'm not really sure. There were a ton of confluences like against this drawn liquidity, but I wouldn't really be caring. I wouldn't really be looking into this shit if I was like on paper. Like I probably, or like if I was backtesting, I wouldn't really care about this. I wouldn't like be like, I wouldn't completely avoid the trade because of that. So um, those two things I could have just kind of ignored. I probably should have ignored. That's that's what basically started to deteriorate my confidence. And then again, I wasn't gonna take the trade, and this isn't me. This isn't me being like hesitant. This is just me waiting for, you know, I need to see, like, in a way, me seeing the equilibrium in the 15-minute imbalance kind of helped my trading, because like if we didn't, break structure here, we could have just kind of displaced to the downside. TGR was even looking for shorts here. I don't care what he does, but I'm just saying in general. So like after we were, getting reactions out of those two confluences to the downside, and we broke structure to the downside, I wanted to see another break of structure to the upside, and that is completely fine. That is not overanalyzing. That is just kind of what I needed to see to gain enough confidence to trade. And then obviously my drawn liquidity was correct, right? Um, that's besides the point. Okay, coming into PM session. Recently, I've been more open to trading PM session because it has been a little bit cleaner. So PM session, we finally came up. We swept these 4-hour highs. Same thing going on here. The only thing I didn't like about this was we got a big displacement and displaced above it, and we got a 4-hour candle close above the highs, which is not something I really like to see. I kind of like to see the wick. I like to see it respecting it. But either way, we came above those highs, and I was expecting this to come down. So you can see here I was on the charts here. We got our 5-minute, displacement a little bit, and then once we started giving the 5-minute retracement and we pushed all the way up here, I was like, all right, I'm not trading today. We are so overbought. There's so much buying pressure in the market. I'm not going to try to catch some crazy reversal off of a 4-hour. I think it was even a daily high, or sorry, not a daily high, but a daily imbalance. So, I wasn't going to try to catch anything crazy. I hopped off the charts right, like at 150. I kind of hopped off the charts, like literally right before it started set up, because this is just not a 5-minute retracement. Like we are just expanding. Like we're just bull running, bro. Like this is where we get our, this is the bearish displacement that I would look for, and this is the 5-minute retracement I would look for. Yeah, we also had a 5-minute market structure shift / break of structure. And then that we created our imbalance. We had to change the state of delivery as well. Filled the imbalance, would have taken it right here. Stop loss would have been right here, and then would have taken profit at this low. And I hopped back on the charts to see what was going on. I hopped on like right at 2:30. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't see this shit. And I was like, fuck, I could have gotten that trade. So that was like around right here. And like, I basically just took this as like, I don't even know what you call this. I didn't take a paper trade. I didn't even take anything. I entered the marketplace. I just did this. This is literally what I did. And then like that. And I just wanted to see what would happen. And it hit take profit, right? I didn't actually take any trade. But I didn't, it is what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much the recap I had today. Definitely very hesitant day for me. I'll work on, fixing that, trying to not be as hesitant with my trades. This to me looks a lot like Wednesday last week, where we displaced a lot, gave a 5-minute retracement into nothing, and then kind of chopped around a little bit, and then filled an imbalance, and then displaced higher, which is exactly what Wednesday did. And Wednesday, I got stopped out to the take and then ran right to my take profit. So, I mean, maybe that was kind of in my head subconsciously, and it was kind of making me a little less confident in this trade. But oh, this is Nasdaq. This isn't even where I took the trade. But anyway, that's gonna be it for the market recap, boys. No trades this week. Been very patient and kind of been very disciplined and very hesitant, very not confident. I gotta name the bad things too. I can't just be glazing myself, but gonna work on those hesitation and lack of confidence. Those are my biggest things. I know I'm a disciplined person, and I know I'm patient person. I'm not gonna like try to jump into a trade. It's just the hesitation and the lack of confidence, which I'm trying to work on. I'm back testing. I'm literally up 30K on back testing. So like I should not be having any lack of confidence or hesitation, but it is what it is. It happens. I'm gonna look back on this video and I'm gonna remember that I said this. I will take a trade, right, if I see a high time frame liquidity sweep, SMT or no SMT, doesn't matter. I need to see the liquidity sweep being respected. I need to see some wicks. I don't want to see a body close below the high or low. I mean, if a body closes like a couple ticks below, it's not a big deal. I just don't want to see it completely disrespecting the sell side or buy side liquidity. So I just need to see it respecting it. I need to see some displacement in the opposite direction, and then I need to see a 5-minute retracement. Yeah, and then I need to see like a maybe a change in state of delivery, a break of structure, and then a fair value gap targeting lower resistance liquidity, and I need to have maybe some other backed up stuff, maybe equilibrium. And then and then once I can find those things, I will completely stop analyzing and just wait for my entry point. And I'll completely stop analyzing the charts and trying to like find ways why this like trade wouldn't work. Something I've been struggling with again. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, boys. Hope you all enjoyed. Sorry, whatever. That's gonna be it for the video. Peace out.